Okay, hello Sailing Finland viewers. So this is the next video in my series on leading up to the 8-meter World Cup in Turku. And today I'm going to be discussing how to win the cup. And with me I have Harri, skipper and owner of Luna. And Luna is, should I say, the reigning champion of the 8 meters in Finland, currently with quite an impressive performance here in the World Cups over the years. So thanks a lot, Harri, for coming here. So could you
Thank
have
you.
a small introduction?
Yeah, I'm Harri Roscher. I'm 68 years old, which also means that I have sailed 3,600 days in my life. So I have done quite a lot sailing. Before sailing, I was 10 years professional alpine skiing between 1973 and 1982, and in a way that time, and after that I was also 5 years as a trainer. So at that time, in a way, I learned quite a lot about training and what it takes.
Yeah. So Luna has, did you have some kind of cupboard with all your prizes? So you have quite an impressive performance here with Luna over the last years. So.
Yeah, we have sailed now 13 years, and we have been in the Worlds 10 times, and 8 times we have been on the podium, and once we have won European Championships, 1 time Sierra Cup 2018, and yeah, I guess that was it.
Yeah. So Luna is an interesting boat. Can you tell a little bit about the history of Luna here?
Yeah, we tried to buy a good competitive 8-meter, but we actually didn't find one, or we found, but they didn't want to sell. And then we found old drawings, Nicholson drawings from 1930, and or actually there was 4 almost similar boats he had drawn, and then Luna was one which was not built. And we bought those drawings from British Museum. It cost us £30.
Okay.
And then the boat was built in Portugal near Lisbon.
Mm. So even though now it's kind of a modern build, then it still qualifies for the Sierra Cup.
Yes, because the design is from 1930, and all the building methods are like it was then.
Yeah.
So we have no fibers or epoxies or nothing like that.
Yeah. So I guess now then, if we look to Turku, so there can only be one goal for Luna, I think.
Yeah, I would say 2 goals, but the first one is to be on the podium, and of course we would like to win.
Okay. So now then the interesting question then is, so how do you make that happen? So what does it take to win, in the 8-meter class?
It takes days and hours to build the boat so that it's fast, to learn oar trims and balances and so on in different conditions and so on. But everything starts from the crew, and we have a very good crew. We have very experienced crew. As said, I have sailed 63 years. Also my brother has sailed 63 years because we started at the same time. He was then 10 and I was 5. And then Jouni Seppi has sailed 57 years, I guess. and he has been in a way my mainsail trimmer for 35 years. So we can say that we kind of know each other in the boat. And then Dan Colliander, he has also said more than 50 years, and one part of that career is or was that he was in Dennis Conner's America's Cup campaign in 1983. So he was 5 months there, waking up at 5 every morning and so on. Then we have my son Nico, who has been sailing all his 39 years, and he's also one of our strong guys. We have two young and strong guys, Nico and then Mikko Hongel. And that's good because if it's heavy wind, so 8-meter sailing is quite physical, or some roles are that kind of roles that it isn't, or it's good if you have a good condition and you are quite strong. Yeah. It helps. And then we have Kimmo Viljama, who is our electrician. He knows electronics and he can fix everything which is needed to do, which is also good to have in the boat.
In the Silver Club you're allowed instruments?
Yes, not. There are some restrictions, but normal instruments we can have, but then some how to combine very, very fine ones, so that's not allowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So fast boat, very good crew. Then comes boat handling, which means that you shouldn't do any mistakes during the regatta, and you should make very fast turns and sails hoisting and changing sails and whatever. And it takes time. It isn't so difficult, but it takes time and to learn all roles and to repeat and repeat. And now when we have sailed many years together, so I have a rule of thumb that if we train seriously 15 days together, so then we are at top level in boat handling.
And that's then every year you have to kind of...
You have to repeat it.
Yeah,
of course it's in a way easier every year, but still you need to do it again.
Yes.
And now when we try to take it seriously this year, so now we have planned 26 days together.
Okay.
So I'm sure that our boat handling will be at top level, but we also could be the best one. Okay.
So will some of these training days be then in the Turku area?
Yes, we have 12 days in Turku.
Okay, so you get to know Airisto.
Yes, and Mikko Hongel is from Turku, so he knows the place and wins perhaps, even if all people say that no one knows the winds in Turku, but let's see.
Okay, so that's the pre-race. So how do you then, when you go into a race, how do you win a race?
It starts from start. Yes, and you can imagine that it's roughly the same like in Formula 1, that if you make a good start, it's quite easy to fight for the podium, but if you are 10th after the start, it isn't. Already after one round, you are quite a lot behind.
Yes.
And then it's difficult. So Yes, make a good start. And to make a good start, I say that if you train it 200 times, then the feeling is good. So we will train it. And after the start, then perhaps the second thing is that you need to know, of course, rules and how to use the rules for your benefit, and it means also that how to win boat-to-boat battles. And it happens quite often, perhaps 5 or 7 times in every race. You have a situation where you are quite close to other boats, and someone is in a way winning those situations, and someone are losing.
Mm.
So it's better to win these.
And Turku, the waters are so crowded, so I guess there's going to be quite a few of these situations.
That's also true. Yeah. And then after that comes conditions and your knowledge, how good you are with the winds. And that's a very complicated thing, but you learn it the more you sail again, or you become better and better. But yes, if everything else is fine, then in a way you have to sail quite safely without taking enormous risks, perhaps 90% of the race. And then when you see that now the wind is changing, or I'm almost sure that now we should go there and take a small risk, controlled risk. So that can then make the difference between if you are first or third.
Okay. So the regatta is, I think, it's 9 races. So how do you maintain kind of this performance level over 9 races? Do you have some kind of pre-start or pre-race kind of routine or something like that?
We have different kind of routines, which mostly means that it's good to go out early and try to understand that day's conditions and things. And of course we have many kind of routines before starts and before everything. But nothing very special. It's in a way the job has been done in a way already earlier when training enough.
Okay.
Of course, as you said, so 9 races and 8 of those will be counted on to the points.
Yeah, one
so
you
can regard one.
Yeah.
But anyway, where you have to be good in 8 races, and it's difficult. And quite often the situation is tight in let's say 2 or 3 last races. And of course then comes nerves and so on, that it quite often happens that someone who is leading or is in top somehow, so those boats make mistakes.
Okay. So,
And
so
you
the
shouldn't
pressure
yeah,
kind of results in mistakes.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. And probably again we come to the fact, as in all sports, that you shouldn't do anything special. Just do as you have trained.
No kind of panic decisions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it isn't easy.
Okay. So what about then? I mean, you have also experience now in other sports. So does sailing in some significant way differ from other sports? What do you say?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's all about training or in a way leading a project, or so that you need to have good people in your crew or trainers or whatever, and you need to plan and of course one part is in a way good spirit and team spirit, especially in this kind of sailing when we are 7 people.
Yeah.
So of course it's better if you sail with the same crew mostly, and if the team spirit is not so good, so perhaps they won't come.
Yes. Okay, but hey, so then a small message for the viewers. So Luna is very easy to recognize.
It is.
Fantastic, nice blue hull.
The most beautiful boat.
Okay. And then, you know, you have a spinnaker with the boat name and
with the boat name and Finnish flag, in a way.
So now when you come to Turku then to watch the regatta, you know which boat it is that you should be cheering for then.
Yeah. And it is first week August.
Yes. Okay, so thank you, Harri.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you.